थोड़ा सा टॉपिक से डेविएट हो रहे हैं, लेकिन एक बहुत स्पेशल जोन है जिसके बारे में आई थिंक द ऑडियंस वुड लव टू नो। इंश्योरेंस समाधान शार्क टैंक सीजन 1 में फीचर हुआ था। तो जब वो डिसीजन का टाइम चल रहा था, जब हाँ या ना बोलना था, तो आपने पॉज लिया था कुछ सेकंड्स का।
A very senior police officer walked into the office. He said that his father, who was a senior citizen that time, was missold 42 policies. He could not sustain, and he had a heart attack, and he died.
16th January is marked as the National Startup Day. This day was started by our Honorable Prime Minister to promote and recognize the startups contributing towards nation building and socio-economic developments. Today in this episode of Insa Dil Se, we are very happy to have the co-founder and CEO of Insurance Samadhan, Mr. Deepak Bhuvneshwari Uniyal. Insurance Samadhan is a grievance redressal platform which helps the aggrieved policyholders in getting their lost money back. On this National Startup Day, let's talk to Deepak and hear him out his idea to start this beautiful business which is helping so many policyholders out there in getting their lost hopes back. Deepak has over 25 years of experience in the logistics and insurance industry. He's a fitness enthusiast, a great leader, and very, very compassionate towards his team. So let's begin and hear him out. Hi Deepak, welcome to another episode of our podcast series Insa Dil Se. We are very grateful to have you here today. How are you doing?
Ameda, thanks for having me here. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. So one thing that our viewers are very keen to know is what inspired you to start your own business, that is Insurance Samadhan.
So I would say it was not an overnight thought. It was a journey, or if I may say, it was a process. So when I was working for insurance industry along with my colleagues Shilpa and Shailesh, we were part of Max Life Insurance, which was in the office was in Connaught Place. A lot of aggrieved customers would walk into our office and would have their complaints. Shailesh would understand those complaints and help them if the complaints were genuine, and that became way of our life. Also, when I left Max Life and started my own wealth management company, I realized that aggrieved customers were not able to represent their complaints in a right manner. Started assisting people who had any kind of complaints. It may be life, health, or general insurance. And then in 2014, a very interesting event happened. I would say a very unfortunate event happened. A very senior police officer walked into the office, met Shailesh, me, and he said that his father, who was a senior citizen that time, maybe he was in his 70s, was missold 42 policies over a period of 6 years, and total premium paid was 38 lakh rupees. Unfortunately, when the elderly person got to know that he's been missold by the same person over a period of 6 years, after building up so much of rapport with the elderly person, he could not sustain, and he had a heart attack, and he died. And then the cop was obviously very low. The best he could do was put this person behind jail, and then he started going to insurance companies, could not get anything because the same problem. He did not know how to represent the complaint, and that's where we started assisting him. Within a span of 5 months, we got his entire 38 lakh rupees back, and that was a trigger for us. Wherein me, Shilpa, Shailesh, we thought we should start something around this, and rest is history.
Yeah, of course, it's a beautiful business. And as Shilpa mentioned in the last episode, that people are not able to represent their complaints because they go on emotions, they don't talk facts. So I think that is one way that Insurance Samadhan is helping people representing the facts of their complaint.
Exactly. So what we do is we cut out the emotions. We only represent the fact. And also we only represent those complaints where we really generally see that either the complaints are genuine or there are enough facts to represent.
A beautiful mission, a fabulous idea. Nobody in India is doing what Insurance Samadhan is doing. How did you secure the initial round of funding to kickstart this business?
So since it is a super niche space and we are a category starter, we wanted to first test waters and we wanted to see how it works, whether it will work or not, because initially the feeler which we got was that great idea, genuine problem, and somebody needs to solve it. but it's very, very difficult to pursue this. So it was a bootstrapped startup initially. Me, Shilpa, Shailesh, Sanjay. Sanjay is a fourth co-founder. We all were operating out of Sanjay's office. Worked for almost a year. Did some work, solved some complaints, and then we thought, let's go out and raise some funds and see how it works. And this is a very interesting story. So we were supposed to meet Dr. Apurva Sharma, who is one of the co-founders of Venture Catalyst, the second largest incubator in the world and first multi-stage VC in the country. So we were supposed to meet him. We were waiting for him. We were a little nervous. Me, Sanjay and Ravi were there. Ravi is our fifth co-founder. And we had prepared entire pitch. We were given a time of almost 1.5 hours. I had scribbled something on the board as well where we were meeting. And he comes in, I start my pitch, and within a few minutes he said to stop. And I really got nervous. I thought something has gone wrong. And he just said कि problem solve करते हो generally? हमने कहा yes sir करते हैं. कुछ पैसे बना रहे हो? We said हाँ sir थोड़े बहुत बन जाते हैं because we just started. So he said please take a seat. And we didn't know what went wrong. And after, I think, few minutes, he asked few questions, and then he just told his colleague Ankit Jain that inka funding process start kar do.
Wow.
And we did not know what happened. The moment is still in my head when it happened. And I was looking at Ravi, Sanjay, they were looking at me, and we did not know how it happened, what went so amazingly well. And then, the funding process started, and we're very, very glad. And we take pride in sharing that was a seed round, and that Venture Catalyst again invested in pre-series A as well as in series A, along with their sister concern, which is 9 Unicorn. And just this last year January, we gave them a partial exit of 3.65x. And I think in these times when the ecosystem globally is not doing as great, we could give them amazing exit. So
that's wonderful.
Feels really, really nice. So that's how we started.
Such a proud moment for you, all the co-founders and Insurance Samadhan.
Yes, and I think the faith they have shown throughout has been amazing.
Moving forward, we would also like to know a few lessons that you've learned in this journey of 5-6 years building Insurance Samadhan.
So most important part, keep a radar focus on your customer. They would teach you a lot. The closer you are to your customer, the better product you'll be able to build. It's a journey, you'll keep evolving, your team will keep evolving. Next, very, very important aspect is the business. If you want to grow, it has to be process driven. It cannot be a process driven business. So the processes have to be in places, and that's how you can grow and scale up. Third thing, again, very, very important, is about people. So build next line of leadership so that they can take over your responsibilities, and you have a lot of time as founder to think and strategize further. Last but most important, as per me, focus on having positive unit economics, because that's a great sign of a healthy business, and it attracts investors, for sure, because that's one thing I believe a lot of people lose their focus on. Having a very, very positive unit economics is important.
Thank you. I think that'll be very helpful for the audience. So as you mentioned, processes, people, building SOPs, how do you make sure that you're fostering a positive work environment?
So work culture is most important to build any organization. If you see globally, that's how, organizations have grown massively. And that's our core focus. I'll give you an example. In our hiring process, we're okay hiring our average professional who is cultural fit, then hiring a professional who's amazing and great at work, but not cultural fit. So these are very, very small things which we make sure we work on. And our core belief is it's always about intent and people. So that's how people become one of the most important aspect of the business if you want to build.
Yeah, so skill can be learned, it has to be there.
Yes, if it is a skill issue, it's our responsibility. If there's a will issue, then obviously there's a problem. But we just focus on people who are culturally fit. The way you are with your families. If you see, the most important part of the day you spend in your office, the most productive time. So it's very important to make sure that everybody is comfortable and you have that culture wherein you feel that you're coming to a home after you have left your home. So that's what we focus on.
Absolutely, I agree. Working for Insurance Samadhan for 2 years, we are a part of an extended family. We are fostering a happy, healthy environment. And I think intent is, what you strongly and all of us strongly believe in. If you have the intent, you can get anything and everything done.
Yes, you bang on.
थोड़ा सा टॉपिक से डेविएट हो रहे हैं, लेकिन एक बहुत स्पेशल माइलस्टोन है जिसके बारे में आई थिंक द ऑडियंस वुड लव टू नो. इंश्योरेंस समाधान शार्क टैंक सीजन 1 में फीचर हुआ था. तो जब वो डिसीजन का टाइम चल रहा था, जब हाँ या ना बोलना था, तो आपने पॉज लिया था कुछ सेकंड्स का. तो हम जानना चाहेंगे कि वो क्या फीलिंग होती है एक एंटरप्रेन्योर के अंदर चल रही होती है जब इतना बड़ा डिसीजन लेना होता है, नेशनल टेलीविजन पे खड़े हैं, जवाब देना है. तो व्हाट वाज गोइंग थ्रू इनसाइड ऑल ऑफ यू?
Very interesting. So, I started watching Shark Tank since it started in US in 2010. And I was following it throughout. Never ever could imagine in my life that we would be part of Shark Tank. And so we had some sense that, how it works. It can change the game for a startup. So we had some basic sense of that. And it did happen with us. We became viral overnight. When we were there, we knew that, the best brains are sitting in front of us. The whole world is watching us. And but what was important for us was the valuation which we wanted to get should not be below the last valuation, because I think it's all about doing right things. So we knew that whatever happens, to just come on the Shark Tank or maybe to be featured in the national television, we would not do something which is not correct as per us, because that would have been wrong for our current investor if we would have accepted the lower valuation. And I think that's something which worked very well for us. Everybody thought that it was one of the best episode when it came to negotiations, but believe me, I'm a very bad negotiator. When we they gave us the last chance, so we requested that can we go out and discuss. So me, Shilpa and Ravi, we were talking, we were super excited, super charged, and we were like, let's just say yes, because we are closer to that valuation. And when we went out, and I was supposed to say yes, again same thing, my gut said no, this is not right. And that's why I took those few seconds, and I'm very, very glad, we all are very glad that we said no. And eventually we got the valuation which we wanted. It was overwhelming moment for us. A lot of people called from all over the world. You'll be surprised to know an elderly gentleman from Sweden called the next day that I would like to talk to the person who was there in Shark Tank, and said, I just want to give you my blessings because I've experienced claim rejection in my health insurance policy when I was in India. So I'm very happy that you're doing something like this. I can only give you my blessings. And one thing which we were struggling with was hiring the next line of leadership. And interestingly, we got over 300 CVs after Shark Tank, and you were part of them. I remember our chat on LinkedIn, and you joined us. So that's how we completed our leadership team as well. The most amazing part was that all the people who joined us, including you, did not join only for career progression. They actually joined for the cause and the work which we're doing. So a lot happened, after Shark Tank, and I'm glad, since then we've been growing, and even today, a lot of traffic, a lot of leads come after seeing Shark Tank.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, after almost 2 years, we still get that reference from Shark Tank. I think, as you said, it was indeed an orbit-changing moment for Insurance Samadhan. I've seen this a lot of times when we travel together for work. A lot of people at the airport, they come to you to congratulate you for the work that you're doing. How does that feel?
I think it can't be really described in words, but it's like, you feel like a celebrity. I keep sharing with all of us, entire team, that none of us are as important as Insurance Samadhan. So what is the most beautiful part is that Insurance Samadhan has become a celebrity. People recognize Insurance Samadhan, and that's why all of us mostly, wear Insurance Samadhan t-shirts when we are traveling. And I keep getting these, situations where people recognize I'm walking on the road. I've seen that, I'm walking on the road and there is a car which stopped in said that, here, can I click a picture with you? A very, very cute incident that I was walking the airport and a small kid came that मैंने आपको इंश्योरेंस समाधान को शार्क टैंक पे देखा है. I would like to take a picture. So, his parents were taking a picture with me.
Oh, sweet.
Then another very interesting episode when I was passing the airport security and the security officer said कि मैंने आपको शार्क टैंक पे देखा है. So it feels very, very good that, for the cause what we started for, the whole country is recognizing and people are recognizing what we do. So this is really, really amazing. In fact, when I think of Insurance Samadhan, there's a line which I heard somewhere and I keep thinking that, it's so apt for Insurance Samadhan as a team and the work which we do. It goes like this, मैं परिंदा क्यों बनूं, मुझे आसमान बनना है, मैं किस्सा क्यों बनूं, मुझे दास्तान बनना है. That's Insa for all of us.
Thank you for sharing such beautiful ideas, lessons, and stories. One last thought. Any suggestions you would like to give to the budding entrepreneurs who are looking to start their business or are they very early in their, entrepreneurial journey?
I think very simple life tips I would rather say. One, focus on the problem and solving that problem. The rest is a cascading effect. Second, which is one of my favorite lines, that intent and people what matters, followed with execution. So these things are very, very important. My biggest learning from business or life is that don't take failures to your heart and don't ever take success to your head. In fact, if you personally ask me, for me, failure word doesn't exist. I've replaced that with experience. So either it is a success for me or it's an experience. So that's what I would like to say.
Thank you so much, Deepak, for taking out the time and sharing the wonderful, your experiences and ideas with us.
Thanks, Veda, and a great year to everyone.
Thank you.